Believe it or not, Southern Oregon has local connections to the Dallas Cowboys. Bri Amaranthus covers the Cowboys and the Dallas Mavericks. She also spent years covering the Oregon Ducks in Eugene. She's from right here in Southern Oregon, Grants Pass to be exact. So with the Cowboys being a team that has fans everywhere and the documentary series Hard Knocks following the Cowboys, we asked Bri to join us, talk some football, give us a little Cowboy insight. I feel like the main points that maybe Dallas fans are going through, and you have a local tie to Dallas because you're from here and you're covering Dallas. Like, everybody's been looking at how will Dak return, can Zeke get the fumbles figured out, and can the defense rebound? And that seemed to be the three things that the first episode covered.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, as I was watching Hard Knocks, I felt like there was a lot of moments that were kind of like made you cringe. And then there was some moments that were pretty silly. And then there was some moments that were kind of emotional. And I thought that was really cool. I was glad that they brought that out in the Cowboys when Jerry Jones, his opening press conference at Cowboys training camp he got all choked up. That was pretty emotional. Mike McCarthy meeting his parents there at the Hall of Fame game. That was pretty cool. But seeing Dak Prescott's ankle injury over and over again on loop, that made me cringe. And those scars are the real deal. And so since the Cowboys have been in training camp, obviously that has been the biggest storyline, and it's a national storyline.
Dak, I know with those injuries, a lot of times it's the mental game that you have to jump over because the body will physically recover, especially with all the physical assets and stuff that those NFL players have. But will you let your mind trust that that's not going to happen again? That's a scary thing to get over. It doesn't seem like Dak is struggling with that part at all.
No, I think actually the opposite is the case with Dak. It's not that he is tentative at all on the field. It's that he goes so hard. He has rehabbed so hard from this injury that a lot of the coaching staff and the training staff is actually having to hold him back so that he doesn't push it too far and go up against himself. So Dak's mental state is one of the strongest, I think, in the NFL, just based on some of his personal things that he's gone through in his life, his brother committing suicide last year, a multitude of injuries, his mother passing away. He has the mental tools. I have no doubt about that. I think they almost have to just save him from himself in a way so that he doesn't work so hard that he ends up injuring other things, which is exactly what we're seeing with the shoulder strain.
Let's talk about the Ducks a little bit because you have a lot of experience with the Ducks. That you kind of shrugged your shoulders and I brought up the Ducks. You were there for so long.
Forever.
Yeah. It seems like the recruiting momentum is starting to completely change that team. It's becoming Mario's team now instead of the guys that were there before him. Anthony Brown should be there at quarterback. What are your impressions of the Ducks this offseason? What do you think is possible for him?
Yeah, I mean, and good for Cristobal. 3 straight years of the top recruiting class in the Pac-12 conference. You're going to have a lot of success when that happens. I think the coolest part about Cristobal is that he has this kind of Miami ease to him, but he's also one of the most underrated qualities about him, in my opinion, is how organized he is. You mentioned I've covered the Chip Kelly era, the Mark Helfrich era, the Willie Taggart era, and they were also vastly different. But Cristobal, by far, is the most organized. He runs that program like a naval ship. There's nothing that slips through the cracks with the Ducks. And so in that case, I do think it is very much Cristobal's team. You know, he's put a lot of emphasis into putting size in the trenches, and we're seeing that that's working.
It was incredible hearing from Bri. We have so much more of that interview that we'll be periodically sharing on our sports Twitter page. That's at KDRV Sports. Be on the lookout for those social media actions.